Grayson Allen is most likely, and I mean very likely, the most hated player in college basketball right now. And I'll even go on a limb by saying probably the most disliked player in all of sports. And I'm saying that when we have athletes like Draymond Green, who's been in controversy for kicking NBA players during a game. Odell Beckham last year. I mean, even Josh Norman. He always is doing all the smack talk, even though he gets burned on every other long ball. And of course, we have other athletes with attitude problems as well. Not that I can name most of them. Maybe Bryce Harper, because something tells you Bryce Harper's not a team player. I mean, I've heard some conversations about Bryce Harper amongst people that I speak to in person. That when Bryce Harper's a free agent next year, there's a possibility he could ask for a $400 million deal because he wants to break a record because he cares more about money and not sportsmanship and the game. But that's a different video for another day. Back to Grayson Allen. This is his third tripping incident in 10 months. But what really started the legacy of Grayson Allen was coming off the bench in the championship game by just building a spark into Duke in that national title game against Wisconsin. And I believe he scored 8 straight points to bring Duke right back in the game and help lead the comeback. Of course, he had assistance from Tyus Jones at the end. But after that, last year hit, and he tripped 2 different players. He refused to shake hands at the end of an NCAA tournament game, which he lost, which shows poor sportsmanship. And last night, this is his 3rd incident. And finally, Krzyzewski, Coach K, I should just say that from here on out, finally said, we've had it. We've got to do something about this. Because it's sad when your coach has to step in for the NCAA or the conference has to step in. But I was reading tweets earlier saying that if this was any other team, they would get dismissed from the program. But because it's Duke, Grayson Allen gets a free pass. And based on what I've been hearing throughout SportsCenter today, is he just needs some help. He needs to see somebody with his indefinite suspension, which there's no word on how long he's going to be suspended for. But honestly, I think it's not going to be that much. I mean, you can suspend Ron Artest for most of the season for going into the stands and fighting the fans that are watching the game. You can suspend it for a whole season. I don't mean to compare it to that. Let's say some heavy suspensions. I mean, you suspended Josh Gordon for having possession of marijuana for a whole season. And you suspend Le'Veon Bell 3 games for marijuana possession. You suspend Tom Brady 4 games for deflating footballs. And you supposedly suspend Ray Rice only 2 games for domestic violence. Adrian Peterson about 14 games for a child abuse investigation. Because see, athletes, they get let off easy on things. I mean, think about the 2 high school football players last year in Texas by blindsiding the referee over a horrible call. The thing is, they were facing criminal charges. Is this what we really want to be teaching our kids? Is this what we want to be teaching our younger siblings, our younger relatives, like young cousins or nephews? Is that really what we want to be teaching them? I mean, sure, an athlete can have just a burning passion for the game, but this is just crossing the line. I honestly predict that this suspension is going to be over by the time Duke plays the conference basketball. When you're playing the North Carolinas, the Louisvilles, the Virginias, the Syracuses, the Notre Dames. the Pittsburghs. He'll be back by then. And if he's not, he'll be back by the NCAA tournament. I mean, you can bet on that. And if I were a betting man, let's kind of look at Duke's schedule. So the next game is, well, they're kind of in conference play, but Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Boston College. Those are the three bottom feeders of the ACC conference in basketball. Their first major game was on the road at Florida State, which is a kind of a decent team, a decent squad. So maybe he'll be back by then. But if when we look after Florida State, if I can wait for this computer to load up. That's a major one. Saturday, January 14th at Louisville. I could see him coming back for that one. And then you got another one on the 21st at home against Miami. Then the Monday the 23rd against NC State. So I should predict he'll be back around the Louisville game. I mean, that's what I can envision. Anyway, I remember seeing a tweet last year that said if Grayson Allen were to stay all 4 years at Duke, that he'd be more hated than Christian Laettner. But there were so many athletes that were hated at Duke, like Christian Laettner or J.J. Redick. They were hated because they were winning games and everyone wanted to see them lose. But everybody hates Grayson Allen because he's tripping players. He's a bad inspiration, a bad role model on the basketball court. But I bet in person, Grayson Allen's probably a nice guy. But on the court, he's not somebody that I would want to look up to. Or if I had a kid wanting to play college basketball, I would not want to look up to Grayson Allen. But I'll kind of leave it at that. Share your thoughts below in the comment section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Also, share this video with your friends, family. We will have the college football playoff prediction videos either tomorrow or Saturday. Finally, I am so excited to release those videos. This is kind of a warm-up. I don't really know what else to say this evening, but have a great night, everyone. I will see you next time.